Hey everyone, this is going to be my review for First Man, directed by Damien Chevelle. He was the one who did Whiplash and La La Land, which I loved both of those movies. It stars Ryan Gosling, has Neil Armstrong, and his wife is Claire Foy. It is rated PG-13. There's really only like one swear word in it. Anyway, if short summary, this is the movie about landing on the moon. Yeah, that's it. It's the story of him landing on the moon and, all that NASA had to do to get there. And it's also kind of about his family life as well. All right, so that was quick summary. As for my review, now, one thing with this movie is I had to see it in IMAX. It was filmed with IMAX cameras, and there was going to be some shots, especially in space, that was going to be incredible to see on an IMAX screen. Just it was. So I was really excited for that, and I love space movies, like not just science fiction movies, but I like space exploration movies. So I was kind of excited for this one, and I was actually really disappointed. And I walked out of the movie, and I was with friends, and I was like, okay, am I the only one who thought that all the family scenes slowed down the movie? Like, quite literally, like, any scene that had to do with his family and his home life was boring, and it slowed it down. It didn't give me extra character. I realize this is a historical story and everything, but those scenes weren't even told very well. And some were just kind of pointless scenes, and I think it just really, really slowed it down. The only parts where I was really engaged is when he was in training and they were doing the test and anything that actually had to do with, the Gemini missions and the Apollo missions. But when it got back to his family, it's not like I didn't want to know about his family, but that part of the story just wasn't told well. It was just told really boring. They did these close-ups, they did these awkward silences, and it just, I mean, maybe it's so realistic and that's how it really was, but sometimes you want to see an historical event and you don't need to see those parts of it. Um, but yeah, it just really slowed it down. And then the other thing is that the camera was really shaky. I realized he was going for like a realist effect, but it was just hard to sometimes to look at the screen because you can tell it was handheld or it was just shaking the entire time, and I had to look away a couple times because I was actually kind of feeling a little sick. um, the one scene when Gemini 8 was just spinning, that one was almost unbearable. It's just like, or when he was in the rotating thing, it was almost too much. And I realized, it's an artistic choice to be realistic and to film that film style, but it was almost like seeing the Blair Witch Project for the first time. You're not used to that non-controlled camera movement, and actually, most of the film was all grainy, like you were watching a film from the 1960s. But I'm watching a film in 2018. I realize you're telling a historical tale from back in 1960s, but doesn't mean that every frame shot has to be that grainy quality. It's 2018, more quality. But putting all of that aside, if I can shorten the movie down to an hour and a half of just the stuff when he was at NASA, that part was told rather well. But the scenes in space, seeing like the moon, there's this moment when they land on the moon and they open the door and suddenly you're seeing the moon, and you can tell it was filmed with that really good high quality like IMAX camera. It like quite literally took my breath away. Like I was so, it was incredible to see such clarity, and it's like it was right there. Wow. Um, but anyway, it's just that I think that like Apollo 13 and Hidden Figures told the NASA story better than this one. I think it would have been cool, and I know it would never happen, but I'm that person who thinks of these things. Like, it would have been cool at one point if, like, Tom Hanks walks by and, Neil Armstrong's like, hey, Jim, how are you doing? I would have got a little smile out of that one. But anyway, um, historical story. It was kind of incredible to see the space stuff on the huge screen, but I think the story was told. And another a friend of mine, he mentioned it, and it's true, was Neil Armstrong really that standoffish and very like antisocial like that? Because that's what and then the ending shot was just so awkward between him and his wife. It was so awkward. It's just like silence, and I don't know. So that's my review. So out of 41 movies I've seen so far this year, I'm ranking this at 24. I'd much rather see this. I'd much rather see Jurassic Park: Fallen Kingdom again. Just more fun to watch. But I would actually watch this probably just for the space scenes again before I watch Crazy Rich Asians. All right, guys, that is it. Thank you.